This is the second part of getting to know your oracle deck better. So if you're just starting to watch this, you might want to watch the first half. Just give you a little more insight into what we're talking about. So we just talked about different types of meditation that you can do with your cards. And I really recommend, again, stepping into the image and actually interacting with the image itself. I just find that to be so invaluable. And for several of my clients, it's been very helpful as well who are trying to get to know their cards. So daily draws are really great. And again, a tool that you want to use. Once you work with your meditations and work with the images that are the most striking to you in the deck, then you can begin to get to know each card in your deck in that same way. So ideally, you would be doing a meditation for every single card in your deck. And I know that that can seem overwhelming. Well, I have a 68 card deck. I mean, how am I ever going to be able to do that? It will happen when it's meant to happen for you. And you might find that if you're meditating with your daily draw, that you're meditating with one card 2 or 3 times before you start meditating with a different card. So just be really relaxed and allow that to happen as it's meant to happen. While you're working with your deck, pay close attention to any experiences that you're having as well while you're working with the deck. Are certain birds flying by? Are there certain sounds that you're hearing? Are you feeling a certain way? Those kinds of things help you to get a feel for your deck and for the way that your deck is communicating with you. I have many decks, but I have certain ones that only ever want to do daily draws. And then I have some that really only want to be there when I'm doing rituals. And I have some that really want to be there for large spreads or spreads when I'm really going through a difficult time in my life. A great example of that is the Messenger Oracle deck, which I've done a review on. It's an absolutely incredible deck. And that deck really pops up for me when I am having a very difficult, stressful time in my life. And that deck gives me really clear answers and is extremely beneficial for me at those times. And in other times when I'm in a healthier mental state, the Messenger Oracle kind of takes a step back and lets some other decks speak to me during that time. So you'll find this as you get to work with your decks. It's really about working with them. Sleeping with them is a great idea. Under your pillow, very helpful. A good way to unconsciously connect with your deck while you're sleeping and get a lot of really clear messages from your deck as well. I just want to think for a second because I don't want to give you too many options. I don't want it to be overwhelming, but I want to give you enough options so that you can use what works for you. I really feel like the daily draw is a really great way to get to know an oracle deck, and it's really important. The new deck spread, which I have a video on, is a really great one as well to kind of get to know certain characteristics with your deck and begin to work with them. Blessing drawings are really great too, like asking a question about what is the blessing for me at this time? What do certain guides have for me as far as messages go at this time? And so that can be a great addendum to a tarot spread for yourself as well. Just kind of a very gentle, loving message that you can receive. Choosing to work with different gods and goddesses through your oracle deck is really helpful as well. The Gods and Titans deck and the Goddesses and Sirens deck, the Isis Oracle and the Kuan Yin Oracle are really great decks to do that with. And so not only are you communicating through the images with the oracle deck, but you're also communicating with those gods and goddesses. So that can be another really great way to step out and branch out and get comfortable with using your deck. The most important thing, if you really want to use your deck and not just have it as a fun game that you pull out and read the meanings of for your friends, is to actually just use the deck every day. Cards are just such a part of my life and my family's life now. And every day we're drawing cards, we're drawing multiple cards, things come up and we draw a card. Our meditations we use cards for, so it's really about using the cards. The more and more that you use them, first of all, the more comfortable that you get with your intuition and your psychic abilities, and you discover how you intuit and how you intuit with the deck that you're using. You get very comfortable with the meanings for the card. So you're comfortable with when a card shows up, what the message is, and examining perhaps what a new message is that's coming through too. So that's really, really helpful. Just actually spending time with the deck so you understand. And I would really say to you to wait to start reading for others until you feel really comfortable, until you have that comfort level with your deck. There are obviously exceptions to that, but for the most part, I really recommend that you get to know your deck first before you start, trying to read for other people with it. That can be a little scary, especially if you're just starting to work with the cards. So really give the meditation angle a shot, even if you feel like you can't meditate. Just allow yourself to relax and just be there in the image. And if you can't see the image, then just meditate and just ask, what is the message for me? What is this card? What are you trying to tell me? And just listen to what you hear, what you feel, what you see, what you smell. I mean, I know I say that a lot, but that's how you learn to intuit. And that's really what card work is helping us do, to be more present to our lives, to be more aware of the divinity within ourselves and others, and to be empowered, to take action, to make changes, to grow. And that's what you ultimately want to get from your card work, not becoming this esoteric god, even though that can be fun too. But what you really want is to find empowerment and the knowledge that you're not alone, that there are energies that are working with you and that are in union with you, in communion, in unison with you. So I really encourage you, as you're just starting on your journey, to do a lot of journal work with the cards, with your feelings about the cards. Do a lot of daily draws and journal those draws. Meditate and journal your meditations. And if writing does not work for you, then just turn on your recorder or something like that and just talk, and then listen back to that and see what you've gained, what insights you have, just from letting yourself speak freely. And it's something that nobody else ever needs to see. So that can be a personal thing for you as well, a spoken journal instead of a written one. Another thing that's really great in conjunction with your oracle deck is stonework. If you're already familiar with crystals, and that can be a great way to get to know your deck through crystals. For instance, if you work a lot with rose quartz, and as soon as you got the Kuan Yin deck, you felt like it was a rose quartz deck, you can use rose quartz while you're working with the deck. You can kind of rev the deck up energetically with rose quartz by placing rose quartz on the deck. So this is if you're familiar with crystals. If you're not familiar with crystals, don't overwhelm yourself at this point. But try using things that you're already comfortable with in conjunction with this new experience of working with an oracle deck. That can be very, very helpful and kind of provide a gateway and entryway into this experience so that you feel comfortable in your experience with oracle cards. So I hope that this has been helpful, and if you have any other questions off of this, please feel free to comment or leave me a message. I'm very excited to say that my summer work schedule is going to be slowing down next week, so I will have more time to get back to everyone who's commenting and leaving messages. I apologize if I haven't been able to answer your questions yet or discuss something with you. It's really just been a feat to even just get videos done. So I will be able to answer things more in the fall, and I'll have a lot more time, and a lot more time with my son too, so I'm very, very excited about that. And I hope you're all doing well. I wish you all the best and many blessings on your oracle and tarot work, and I truly hope that you're finding fulfillment and spiritual growth through your work with them. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.